Hey guys, it's the Voices of the Future. I have a cheat sheet this time, so my million and one times trying to record this and getting it really badly done isn't gonna happen this time. And I'm pretty sure this is loud enough for me to talk. If not, I guess I'm gonna record this again, but oh well. I'm first gonna do a little bit of an introduction since this is, well, the first real video other than my other little kind of ranting off to nowhere thing. So, pretty much what the point of the Voices of the Future is to pretty much like give a voice to the teenagers, because really teenagers of America and of the world, we are the future. We are the ones who are going to be part of the future. We're the adults. We are going to be the world in 5 to 10 years. So yeah, that's what I want to do. Like, I want to be able to change the world for the better. I want to be able to make it so that, and help make it so that we live in the kind of world we want it to be. We make the world better for us and for the future generations. My previous couple videos were me ranting about what kind of message we are sending to children and how, like, you've been sending a pretty shitty message. And yeah, so I'm actually probably going to address 3 topics in each video. I'll probably be repeating topics as I gain more information on each one, or if I find more to talk about on each one. And also, if I start getting questions, I'll answer questions. And also, it would be really cool if you guys could suggest topics and issues for me to talk about, because honestly, there's only so much I can think up of. So, yeah, well, the first topic this time is drugs in high school, actually. I was talking to one of my friends, and this is a direct quote from him. "I hate how so many people think it's cool to get stoned and turn into an idiot. It's like there's no more aspirations for these kids. They just say, screw it, I'm a smoke and who cares about the consequences. And in a generation that needs to take care of a huge national debt, will be screwed because they won't ever be successful enough to get jobs that are vital to the country. Then, the next generation will have to take on more debt, not to mention weed impairs judgment, meaning people that do it are more prone to criminal activity, and when they go to jail, then our tax dollars goes to housing the inmates rather than out to the $13 trillion national debt. And actually, from what I've heard, it's $14 trillion now. And really, when I think about it, it's the same thing. Like, a few weeks ago at school, someone was smoking pot, like, on the way to first period. And guess who else gets to have all the adverse effects of it? While they're all off gallivanting, getting high, we're just getting the bad end of it because we don't smoke. And I just don't see why anyone would want to do this. I mean, my friend's right. It makes people stupid. And if someone out there says, oh no it doesn't, blah 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 blah, I can turn up medical research that's not stupid. I can turn it up, I can prove it. And I'm sorry, my hands are really cold right now, so I'm putting them where it's warm. And it's just doesn't seem like it's a smart thing to do. And how are these kids getting access to drugs? I mean, to the teenagers out there who do drugs, I'm not gonna say names or anything, or ask you to give me your name. I'm just wondering, if any of you guys watch this, why are you doing it? Generally, like, yeah, why do you guys do drugs? Is it to get you high because you want to escape something? Is it because you think it's cool? Because all our friends are doing it? I'm honestly just curious. I'm not going to turn you guys in. I just want to know why. It doesn't seem like a smart thing to do, and honestly, I've seen some really smart kids get involved with this stuff, and, like, everything just goes downhill from there. So, I'm curious, so please, if you could answer some of my questions. You don't have to comment on them, send me a private message on this account, because why? That's my main question right now. Why? Yeah. And another part, second issue I'm talking about is image, like personal image. Another quote that I got from another one of my friends is this: how the hell are 10-year-old girls worried about looking pretty and thin? Really, has anyone not seen the middle school kids that call themselves fat and mean it, and the girls that put on makeup in elementary school because they think it makes them look so much prettier? It sickens me to see that some people think it's fucking okay for the kids to think that, and for their mothers to fucking encourage this kind of thought. Hell, my own mother tells me that I'm too fat and need to be thin, that I'm so pretty but would be so much prettier if I was fucking thin. Does it really matter that much? I like the way I am and the way I look. I'm comfortable in my own skin, but people still think that I'm ugly. And really, what is ugly? It seems that people just like to hate, and you know what? That's just plain wrong. So, as she kind of got down to the source of what I think is why people call other people ugly and why people hate each other. It's like, people can't, like, there are those people that are comfortable in their own skin. You probably have a lot of people that, like, hate you or dislike you, but it's not because you've done anything wrong. It's simply because they're jealous of the fact that you're comfortable the way you are. And I also want to talk a little more about image, because she's right. I've seen, like, middle schoolers with more makeup on than my mother puts on. And my mom puts on a hell of a lot of makeup. I'm just sitting here wondering, what goes through these kids' heads? Why are they putting on so much makeup? I asked one of them, and they said, oh, because it makes me pretty, it makes me hot, it makes me look like I'm older. And I'm just thinking, you're pretty, you're fine, you don't need it. Why? And another thing that people tend to forget is that it's not only girls. Guys have insecurities about the way they look too, and if any of you guys think, oh no, I have none of them, blah blah blah, look at me. Well, you're just not admitting it. And really, there's a huge problem with our society and the way we're going if the model of beauty is some model, some literal, like, fashion model that's size 2, 5'10", and so skinny that it's hard to not see her ribs sticking out of a shirt. And I find that shocking, because that's just unhealthy in my opinion. And, like, people, especially women, they're meant to have curves. When you're that thin, you're straight as a board. So it seems like there's something seriously wrong when people think that the perfect look is tall, thin, and her nose can't be set too wide or too tall, and her eyes have to be a certain shape or a certain color, and her eyebrows can't be too bushy, and if her lips are too big, it's like, oh my god, you're black. And that's like all I'm getting on that right now. That just doesn't seem right to me. And I'm sure so many other people think the same way. And there's another thing that I want to send out to you guys. Girls, you are beautiful. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. I know that's hell coming from me considering I'm fat, but whatever. But it's true. And second, guys, looking good isn't everything. You don't have to look like the situation on Jersey Shore. I don't even know what the dude looks like, but apparently he's pretty muscular, tanned, whatever. I don't really care, but you don't have to look anything even close to that to be the coolest guy anyone's ever gonna know. Or you don't have to look like that or act like a complete ass to be the perfect boyfriend. So be yourselves. That's kind of what I'm trying to put out there. And the third issue I'm touching on is being stuck in the past. I do community service hours at an assisted living home, and today I was talking to one of the ladies about the recent earthquakes in Japan, and she was telling me about how yesterday she was talking to another one of these ladies, and while they were talking about it, this other lady was really angry that the US was sending so much money to Japan to help them. And the lady I was talking to asked her, well, why do you have such a problem with it? the other lady, like, I quote, this is what she told me. Well, I remember Pearl Harbor. What is with that? Pearl Harbor. And my response is pretty much, I wrote this down just so, like, I wouldn't completely go off tangent here, but I said, my thoughts, like, she said that, like, this is another quote from her. I was shocked. Where's the humanity in this? And my thoughts are a lot more violent than that. And I'm like, really? Pearl Harbor? Fuck Pearl Harbor. Do you remember Hiroshima and Nagasaki? You remember Pearl Harbor? What about the people that had to see and live through a fucking nuclear bomb? And now there's a tsunami and, like, I don't even know how many earthquakes, like countless earthquakes, like aftershocks above like 5.0. That's fucking earthquake as far as I'm concerned, and they just keep coming. People are going through that, and you say, well, I remember Pearl Harbor. Pearl Harbor was nothing compared to Hiroshima or Nagasaki. Pearl Harbor was nothing compared to the devastation that's going on right there. And this one woman is just stuck in the past and unable to let something go in wake of a disaster. This is not something that's right. It's not something that should be going on. And, like, that's just one issue, like, one of the more important ones. But, like, what about the people that are stuck in the past about, well, it's never been done before. It's not traditional, so we can't do it now. It's not tradition. It hasn't been done before. And frankly, I was like, fuck tradition, fuck the past, fuck what happened. We need to move ahead. We need to change the future. That's the voices of the future. This is what I'm saying. Screw what happened in the past. Screw World War II. Screw the atrocities that happened. We need to move forward and move past it. We need to be better than our predecessors. I know a lot of teenagers really don't like their parents because they think their parents suck. And, well, what's the best way to do? Not the best way. What's the best thing to do to make sure nothing like that happens again? You be a better parent to your kid. Or kids in the future. And yeah, so that's pretty much it for the first video. I guess I'm very on the lines of and pauses and me staring off into space while trying to figure something out, because, well, this is all I have. I said a lot more than what's on this piece of paper. So, this is Voices of the Future, first video. Hope you enjoyed that, and please comment, send a PM, email, any questions, issues that you'd like me to discuss, or anything, really. I'd like to hear from you guys, because feedback is always good. Thanks.